regularly make digital art with my iPad and my Apple Pencil. I love to be able to use a program called Procreate, and I sketch out ideas on there as preparation for my paintings. And I also just love to explore creativity through the digital art medium. The problem is, whenever I'm using this Apple Pencil, it is a first generation because it's the only Apple Pencil that'll actually work well with my iPad. My iPad is a generation 6, so it's not compatible with any of the newer Apple Pencils. So it's limited on its functionality, but the biggest problem, and I've been dealing with this for years, it's super frustrating, is that oftentimes I try to get it to work and then my iPad doesn't even recognize it. And so the hack I figured out how to do is just to plug it in and out of its charging port several times, and eventually I'll get lucky and it will work. Sometimes I have to plug it in and wait and try and plug it in again like 3 or 4 times. And this really sucks. The other problem with this is that it charges in the same port that the iPad charges in. And I absolutely hate this because whenever I'm trying to make a design and I'm thinking about it in my head, I just want to sketch something out. These are older devices, so the batteries go dead quickly. And so it just is inevitable that I want to draw something, and then I'm gonna go pick up my iPad, I have to charge the iPad, wait on that, then I have to wait to charge the Apple Pencil, and finally by the time all of that's done, an hour has passed, maybe 2, and then I'm not as inspired to make the art as I was. And so I've been looking for a better way. So I was really excited when ESR reached out to me to see if I wanted to try out their digital pencil on my iPad. So technically this video is sponsored, but as always, I will be sharing my honest opinion. So you're gonna see the pros and cons of the ESR digital pencil in this video. Let's get into it. Setup is easy. You just scan to watch a quick setup video and then you follow the instructions. Basically, all you do is make sure that it's fully charged. I love that it has a cord and charges with a USB-C adapter because this means I can charge it in my phone or even on my computer. You go in here into your settings to Bluetooth and then you make sure that it is paired. To use this feature, you select the Find My app, and then you go here to Items, and then you add a new item. I'm going to blur out all the areas that reveal my location, but if you're wanting to know where this is, it will tell you your exact location on the map. The cool thing is you can select this button here that says Play Sound. So don't worry about losing this little stylus because you'll be able to find it. I think a side-by-side comparison exemplifies this best. So this is the Apple Pencil and this is the ESR digital pencil. The Apple Pencil is a little bit heavier and it's smooth the way it feels. This one's more matte. It's actually easier to hold on to, and I like that it's lighter weight. Now looking at the backs of these, the Apple Pencil Generation 1 does not have a light on it. The ESR digital pencil does. So if you don't like the light, that might be a drawback. Looking at the size, the ESR digital pencil here on the bottom is a little bit shorter than the Apple Pencil as well. So now let's compare their mark making. So I'm going to make some marks with the Apple Pencil first. I'm going to try to make them the exact same way with the ESR digital pencil. So we're going a light amount of pressure to a lot of pressure. And then I'm just going to make a straight line mark. Now I'm going to try to do some shading with the side. Okay, and then some. I was hoping that it would be responsive to pressure, but as I can tell, every time I make lines, I'm pushing down harder on some, and it's pretty much staying the same. Now let's test the side shading. What it does do is shade really nicely in ways that the Apple Pencil does not. So I think if you want to make your lines thicker and thinner, maybe you can just make them along the side. It's something that I'll have to play around with, but I really like its ability to shade. It's just too bad it's not pressure sensitive as much as the Apple Pencil is. So I want to try this out when I'm actually making artwork to see if that pressure sensitivity is really a huge issue. I like to make a lot of doodles when I'm creating, but I can easily start just working from the side of it rather than pushing harder. which actually, as I use this, isn't taking me too long to adjust to. So after trying out the ESR digital pencil and comparing it to the Apple Pencil, I really like it. I think it's a great alternative if you're on a budget, because it costs 1/3 to 1/2 less than all of the current Apple Pencils on the market. So you can save a lot of money. The downside is it doesn't have as much pressure sensitivity. But seeing how quick I was able to adjust to pressing down harder to make thicker lines versus tilting it and using the side of it to make thicker lines, I think it's fine. I mean, it's totally usable for making digital art with Procreate. But also, I love the tilt feature of this. The Apple Pencil Generation 1 that I was using does not tilt. It just has the pressure sensitivity. And the shading and things that I can do with this ESR digital pencil are definitely a level up compared to the Apple Pencil. So looking at the positives and negatives, I mean, there are some drawbacks to it, but there are some positives to it. And the price, I mean, you can't beat it. I think this is a great option if you're on a budget, like you're an artist or a student, you're wanting to just try digital art, but you don't want to make a huge investment in an Apple Pencil up front, or if you have an older iPad, because this works on older iPads. As long as you have an Apple 6 iPad or newer, so something made in 2018 or newer, this pencil will work on it. Plus, it comes in a bunch of colors, so you don't have to get a generic white one like I have here. You could get pink, purple, blue. There are lots of options. So if you want to have personality a little bit in your stylus, then you have color choices. If you're interested in learning more about this and possibly purchasing one for yourself, the links are in the description. All right, well, I hope this video helps. If you'd like to learn how I've figured out how to set up a really cheap and easy ergonomic iPad desk for making digital art, watch this video. All right, thank you so much for watching. See you next time.